Hey guys, I'm just finishing setting up. Just give me a second here. It seems very dark down here today for some reason, but I've got all my lights on and stuff, so it might just be that might just be outside. Okay, as I said before, I'm just going to do a couple weekly updates. Today is Friday, and it is January the 19th. So this month, we still have about 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 days left. So I just wanted to show you again the love letters, which is the special campaign from Close to My Heart this month. And I realized actually this morning that I probably had not shown photographs of this one. So I thought I posted a few photographs first thing, and I thought I would just talk a little bit about the love letters. So this is one that I created for my daughter. And don't forget that you don't actually have to put a name on it. You can put an expression or a phrase. I've seen lots of people do W's with welcome, all sorts of things. So this is just something that means something to her. This one I just did exactly as it was, the directions were. So when you order your kit, so the love letters are $24.95 Canadian this month, and they come pre-packaged in this 12 by 12 plastic bag with the instructions. And then I'm just going to show you kind of what is inside. I did do an earlier video that shows all the pieces still attached together. I thought I would just show you the aftermath of after putting a letter together. So in here is a look at all the letters and just suggested configurations of some of the flowers, but don't feel like you have to follow this. So for on the H, I did exactly like it showed in the picture, just because I wanted it to be exactly like that. This other one that is a gift, I added a little bit more to that, and I'll go over that in a second. But still, too, on the back side are all the step-by-step directions of how to put each piece together. And they're super easy. I found it easiest to use glue dots to assemble the layers of the flowers. And then liquid glass I did use on the succulent. But other than that, and I used tape runner to adhere my paper piece onto the foam core, because if you use glue, sometimes when it dries you could get marks and be able to see the glue through, and I had no problem just using the tape runner on it, and it's not going anywhere. It's stuck on there pretty good. So I used various different sizes of glue dots to assemble them. Yeah, okay, so that's that. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the stuff that's in the kit. So you get a full set of alphas, and as you can see, I've got lots left over. So I have another project that I'm working on that I'll probably post the photos of later, that it's just cute to use your leftover pieces for. So here are the die cut sheets. Everything punches out. It's super easy to punch them out, and you just literally follow the directions on how to assemble them. So I just wanted to kind of show you. Okay, so I have a L in here in the box, and this is what I have left over after doing this arrangement. So I have one extra flower that I have punched out here. But so I have 2 extra succulents, a couple extra pink flowers, a couple of the rose gold leaves, some of the gray flowers. then there's a couple banners left over. So they give you 3 different sizes of banners because a different banner will fit better with each letter. So even though in the illustration for the L, it showed to use the smallest banner, the phrase that my daughter wanted added on to this letter was a little bit longer. So I just added a longer phrase onto there. And if you click on my shopping website, you can find all the details under promotions, along with all the information about the stamp of the month, which is a great deal this month. And you don't want it later, because then it's back up to full price. So I thought I would just show you this second one. I'm going to take the glass off so that you don't see my light in it. So this is just a shadow box, and it was from Michaels, and it was I want to say 14 by 11. So again, I just put some black cardstock on the back. She picked a piece of paper from the Fundamentals Basics that she wanted on the background. She picked her phrase, and then I assembled the letter. I have everything attached, so nothing will come off once it's in the shadow box. Like I said, I used the bigger banner to fit the phrase. And then to the flowers, I just added a little bit of the clear shimmer from the shimmer pen, some clear sparkles, and some of the pearls, the white pearls. You could also use the bashful pearls or even the gold. So I just thought I would show you, this is just a slightly different thing to do with the letters. There's all sorts of ideas posted online of other things you could do with them. There's cute frames, which is my plan to use for the leftover letters. I grabbed a couple of extra cheap frames at IKEA, and I'm just going to decorate the outside of it. And then right now is the little 2x3 printers are super trendy, so I'm going to make it so that it's like a little display piece for a couple of 2x3 photographs. My daughter got a little printer for Christmas, and so we're just looking for some ways to display the things. So I just thought I would show you this live because it's actually super beautiful, and it's really hard to capture in photographs. I'm going to photograph this one too, and I'll add those photographs up on my Facebook page too. So also don't forget, this month I have 3 workshops that are posted on my blog, which is chrisscreativelife.blogspot.ca. And so I did a Chelsea Gardens scrapbooking workshop, and there's a Chelsea Gardens card making workshop, and then for the last little while I've been featuring the Adventure Card Kit, which is the next in my Fundamental series. I've done all 4 of the families I've already done the scrapbooking workshop, and 2 of the others already have a card workshop, the basics and enchantment. And so when Valentine's Day was rolling around and we got this super cute stamp set, We Belong Together in the new seasonal expressions, I thought, well, this is the perfect time to work on the Adventure Card Kit. So in my card kit, the way the workshop is designed, you make 12 cards, 2 of 12 designs, so it makes 24 cards from half a pack of adventure paper. There's only 1 piece of white cardstock in this one, some red enamel gems, clear sparkles, and then some twine. So I did a live video last week where I talked about the fact that I try and make the sentiment pieces on all of my workshops very versatile, so you can use other stamp sets. So, and then what I did was I reworked card number 1 and card number 2 from the workshop with just a different sentiment. So I thought today I would take 2 different stamps and do the next 2 cards in the series. So this is card number 3 as it is in the workshop, and card number 4. So last time I just changed it out for sentiment. So this time I thought I would change it out for something to color. So these are, I pre-stamped them with Memento ink so that the ink would dry, so that when I colored them I wouldn't have the ink running. So I'm going to use this one for card number 3, and it's the M1198, and it's Most of the Heart. So of course I'm going to pick pink to color my heart. So these are our Shinhan Twin Touch markers, and this one is Tender Pink. So let's see if that'll sit right there. I just put a piece of cardstock underneath, just so that if the markers bleed through, they're not going to go onto my mat underneath. So I'm by no means a great colorer, and it's hard because I'm not actually right over top, so I'll try and stay inside the lines, but if not, it's not a big deal. So we have a full line of colors of the markers, so I just picked a couple that I thought kind of went with the cards for today, that kind of matched the adventure papers. So then here too I grabbed lavender. So you'll also notice I put washi tape on one end of my markers, and that's just so that I did it on all of the broad ends of my markers, so that I knew which was because I was constantly opening the wrong end. So now I just know these are all the ones with the washi tape on that end are the thicker ends. These are the little M-size stamp pieces, are pretty small for coloring. I don't think I'll actually need a broad tip for anything. So that was lavender, and then I grabbed pastel green. So, which is really just kind of like a light yellow. And then let's see, let's do purple peony for my last one. So like I said, I pre-stamped with Memento ink just so that it would be dry when I colored, and it wouldn't run. So there is that colored. And now let's just assemble. So this, like I said, is card number 3. So just so I don't color all over myself, I'm just going to move those out of the way. Okay, so I have all my pieces are again pre-cut. There's my envelope. I just use it so they don't all go flying around. There's my sentiment block from the white cardstock. So I am going to assemble everything before I put the twine on. So I will fold my card base. They're all pre-scored, so it's pretty easy. And then I'm just going to put this one flat on here. Like I said, just because these are Valentine's Day themed doesn't mean that the card that you have to use it that way. You can use it however you want, or whatever kind of cards you need at the time. So I'm going to glue this one down. I'm going to, make my mat square. So this is the Versamat, and I'm just going to show you a trick here. I'm pretty sure everybody could figure it out, but I'm just going to lay my card, the bottom piece, down on the mat, And then you can use this to line it up so that you know that you're straight from one end to the other. Also, the clear ruler is awesome. You will notice this one is slightly longer. That's because it's the same length as the card base. And now I'm going to add the striped piece on. Same thing, if you want, you can just line it up so that you know you're getting your piece of paper on here straight. From one end to the other. I will add this piece down. Right about here. And if you purchase the workshop files or you earn them for free this month, there's large photos that are super easy to follow. I'm going to add a couple of 3D foam dots onto the back. And there's two different thicknesses, so there's thin or thick. These happen to be the thick because they were what was on my desk last week. So there we go. Okay, and so now the twine, I'm just going to add it now at this point. It's just a little bit easier than wrapping it around the little pieces and then trying to adhere it. Okay, my scissors. Oh, there they are. These are the non-stick scissors, super awesome. I'm forever cutting foam tape and they don't stick. It doesn't stick, I guess. Okay, and then you can just slide it to wherever you're feeling like you're going to want the tie. I kind of like it centered there a little bit. Okay, so now at this point, that's when I'm going to adhere it to the card base. Okay, and same thing, if you want, you can lay this down so that it's easier to line everything up. It's way easier if you actually stand over top, but I still have to be close enough. Okay, so now I'm gonna trim my twine, and then I'm just gonna use my piercing tool and fray the edges. And then for all the cards that I have been doing, the different designs I've been using, in here I used the red gems, and for these ones I just took the black and white gems. I think we'll go with some black ones this time. Again, your piercing tool is awesome for this. For adding them on. And I'm just going to take a variety of sizes. And then a few little bitty sparkles. Here we go. So there, so that's card number 3. I just reworked it with a different sentiment. And you can also, you could stamp the inside with a happy birthday or whatever. So that was card number 3, and we'll do card number 4. This one, I took this little good time sentiment, which I thought was super cute. So that is Good Times Together, which is M1195. And I'll just do a little coloring. This time I pulled out sap green. I thought that kind of would be the right color. And I'm not really overly worried about staying in the lines there. Just kind of trying to make it look like the time. And I'm going to use it on this one, which is the 4th card out of 12. And let's do pink. So I'm going to do tender pink again for the balloon. And about, I think maybe marine blue, and I'll just color just the tips of the jars. There we go. I actually think I'm going to color in this whole piece. There we go. Like that better. So don't forget, I said you could find all the details about the workshops on my blog, which is chrisscreativelife.blogspot.ca. I'm currently working on my Making Waves scrapbooking workshop, which I hope to send off to the proofer by the end of the weekend. We've had a slightly crazy week here, so everything is about a week behind for me. My son plays hockey, and so we have had hockey 5 nights this week. And yesterday my fridge was bare, my freezer was bare, and nobody had any clothes to wear. So that's what I did all day yesterday. Okay, so this one I've adhered the base, and for this one the twine is just around the bottom there. So I'll add it at this point, maybe up here for these little guys. Yes, I'm just happy that the weather has changed here. So it's absolutely beautiful outside today. It's like spring. So I will take it. I don't do very well when it's like freezing cold here. So it was not bad to go and literally fill my car with groceries yesterday and get it all home. Okay. And it means I don't have to go out on the weekend and try and fight everybody at Costco. Okay, so again, I'm just going to use the piercing tool and fray the ends a little bit. There we go. Okay, so now so like I said, I just followed the directions and pre-cut all the pieces, and then I stack them into little piles. So now I'm going to add the hearts. Ta-da! And then I'll add the blue piece on. I love this Power Palette. I love all the papers, all the colors. Okay, and then I have just dovetailed this, so I'm just going to cut up the middle a little bit and then cut from corner to corner. That's how I find it easiest to do, but there's lots of different ways. You can also just fold the paper in half and trim it like this. Sorry, I think I was trying to, and then just cut it like this. So that's two different ways you can do that easily. Probably should have checked that I actually have enough tape runner before I started. It's not too far behind me if I need it. Okay, and then I am going to, I think I'll put some dots on here. And I do find it easiest with the twine on here to, oh, I just put the foam on the wrong side. Because I got distracted by starting to talk about something else. So I find that when I use the twine on the sentiments, I really like to use foam tape on that to help lift up the piece around the twine. See, you can almost fix everything. So, and literally with this workshop, there's next to no paper left. I really try hard that when I'm creating, that's something that I'm very conscious of, is to not have scraps left over. I don't want everybody to have little bits of stuff and not know what to do with them at the end. So you'll see the same thing with typically with my scrapbooking workshops too, that there should be next to nothing left in the end, so that you don't have stuff that you have to put away to remember that it's in there later. So with the foam, it just makes it a little bit easier for the twine to be underneath. You don't get a bump on the cardstock. So as always, if you guys have any questions about any of the monthly specials or what's going on this week, feel free to send me a PM here, or you can send me an email. And maybe I will come back next week and do a few more cards with different sentiments. We'll see what happens. But don't forget, there's tons of workshops this month on my blog with the Chelsea Gardens and the scrapbooking and card making, and then this new adventure card kit. So there's card number 4, remade with a different sentiment on it. And card number 3, remade. And then don't forget to take a look at the love letters. So, and I will take some more photos of this one and post them. Have a great weekend, guys. Talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye.